Hello folks, welcome to Steve's Rocketry Workshop. Today I'm going to show you guys how to turn a single deployment rocket, a single deployment high-powered rocket into a dual deploy without having to take out any parts and replace them. What you're going to need, and this will get a little expensive, so I'm not trying to discourage you. What you'll need is, depending on what size your rocket you have, you need a smaller parachute, a drogue chute, according to what size you have. And typically you want your drogue to be 3 sizes smaller than your main, I think. This is my Mad Cow 1/4 scale Patriot. And I've got it set up for dual deploy without the eBay. This upper section here, it will be used for a payload bay. I have static ports here. I'll be putting an altimeter in here and, a bunch of other goodies. But, anyways, I've got a 36-inch main parachute. You'll need to buy 3 additional things that probably did not come with the kit in order to do this. I've got a 36-inch main parachute, and like I said, you want your drogue typically to be 3 sizes smaller than your main. So I've got an 18-inch drogue right here. That's one part. Another part is you'll need to buy a second parachute protector. And actually, this is totally optional. You can stuff your rocket with, crap load of recovery wadding if you want, but that'll get a little pricey. So I recommend getting another square of Nomex. And that size also depends on the size of your rocket. 4-inch diameter, you're supposed to use a 12 by 12 piece of Nomex. 3-inch, 9 by 9, 2.6 inch, 6 by 6. It just goes down. So on and so forth. And then the most expensive part will be one of these. It's a Jolly Logic chute release. I got lucky, and one of my other buddies was leaving the hobby. I never met him in person, but he was a buddy of mine on Facebook. Really helped me run my my rocketry group. And if you out there don't know me, don't know about my group on Facebook, go to Facebook and look up the rocketry group called Model Rocketeers. I created that group. It's really, we got over 600 plus members now. We're catching up with another group called Model Rocketry Fanatics. I actually left that group because they do not allow, for one, they do not allow the talk of experimental rocketry motors, and 2, I left that group for some personal reasons. People were being jerks, and But anyway, anyways, about the chute release. When you buy your chute release, it'll come with several things. It'll come with instructions. It'll come with the chute release itself. This tiny little thing, and this is about $135 from Jolly Logic. So yeah, it's a little expensive, but it is worth it. It is worth it. I got mine free because, like I said, a buddy of mine who's leaving rocketry got rid of all his stuff, and he knew I needed one, and I was struggling financially at the time. And I needed one for my level 1 and level 2 certifications, which, those of you who've been following my channel, if all works out financially, I may be attempting my level 2 on the 2nd Saturday of next month, which is in August. August the... Hold on, I got a calendar right here, pardon me. August the 12th, hopefully, I will be attempting my level 2 certification also with my Mad Cow Patriot. But anyways, it'll come with some release pins. Oh, sorry. It'll also come with release pins, some smaller bands, some tethers. And then what the tethers do is, well, you don't want to lose your chute release after it releases, so you can attach it to your shock cord or your shroud line or whatever. So when it releases, it'll be dangling from your rocket. You get it back when you go recover your rocket. It'll come with a little USB cord for charging. It's got a rechargeable lithium-ion battery in here. And then you pull this up. Now I've got more band. It comes with your typical chute release comes with 2 pins. I've got 4 because, well, I say I got this one from a rocket shooter fan. I did get one for free, and well, I had an incident with an Estes shuttle, and Estes replaced the shuttle, and John Bean's hell of a guy. I bragged on him in my last video, launch report on my level 1. Well, when my previous Estes shuttle blew up, here's my new one. It also blew my chute release up, and Jolly Logic was able to replace it. So at that time, I recovered just the casing of my chute release, but the innards were blown to smithereens, and I salvaged the 2 pins, the one that was on there and the spare. So I got 4 pins with this one. It typically comes with 2. But anyways, underneath the tray, you'll get some larger bands too for bigger parachutes. Now with the 36-inch main, I recommend using a combination of a small band and a large band. So, but anyways, I'm going to cut for a minute, and I'm going to get it set up, and I will show you how this all works. So I will see y'all back in, well, you won't know I'm gone that long, but I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I got the chute release assembled, but before I show you that, I mentioned how my Estes shuttle blew up. Well, what happened was there was something happened. The motor KO'd, but it happened about 100 feet in the air about 100 feet after liftoff. So I figured I'd show you all this. I don't know if y'all can see that there. That is what's left of the first shuttle, and I know I'm twisted, but hold on. Yeah. It's probably backwards, but yeah, since it blew up 100 feet after liftoff, I decided to name it Challenger because that's what it did. It lifted off, didn't get very far, then went boom. So, but anyway, I'm rambling on. But that's the assembled chute release. Your rubber band mounts here. Like I said, since I've got a 36-inch main, I recommend using a combination of 2 bands. Your pin attaches here, and then your tether attaches to the bottom point here. So, now you want to fold your parachute up. Fold your shroud lines up inside of your parachute, so that when the chute release activates, they won't be in the way and interfere with your parachute opening fully. So, but anyways, you want to use a cow hitch to secure your chute release, the shock cord. And then what you want to do is you want to take, hold on, there we go. You want to take your chute release, lay it kind of towards the middle of your parachute. Take your bands and bring them all the way around the back of the parachute. And then there's a little hole here with a locking mechanism inside. And you just want to slide your chute release there. And there you go. That's how you set up your rocket for dual deploy. Now, when you're at the launch site, you want to give it well, this is a big rocket, so you don't have to worry too much about a puff test. It's a big rocket, plus high-powered motors have a powerful ejection charge, so you don't have to worry about giving it a puff test. But you do want to give it a shake test. Make sure your parachute's not going to come loose during flight or descent and open prematurely. And then the third test you typically want to do, like I said, you want to do a shake test, a puff test. But with high power, you only have to do these 2, the shake test, and then you have to do the release test. I'm going to have, for my level 2, I'm going to have this thing, my main set to release at 500 feet. But you want to go all the way down to where it says open, and then see if it'll release the parachute. And there you go. And of course, the wind, catching the parachute will pull it open. But that's how you set up your a single deploy rocket for dual deploy. Like I said, it could get a little expensive, but it is worth it. Or if you want, you can modify it. But before you build it, while you build it, you can modify this upper section to be an eBay. I didn't do that because I didn't think I'd have enough room for my my main parachute. So instead of being an electronics bay and a main chute compartment up here. This is going to be a regular payload bay. I saw this really cool thing that Texas Instruments makes, the people that make the scientific calculators and stuff. They make a really awesome thing called a TI sensor. And you can program it to do anything. And actually, their video advertising it is them, programming it and launching it in a rocket and getting all the data back, the telemetry, altitude, wind speed, temperature, humidity, everything. So, speed of your rocket, trajectory, it recorded all of that. So, I'm thinking about buying an altimeter too and a TI sensor, and programming the TI sensor, take weather samples and stuff like that. Because one of my goals is to build a weather rocket that I can actually launch into a storm. So, but I'm rambling. Anyways, that concludes this video. Thank you for watching Steve's Rocketry Workshop, and I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be many more to come. Keep calm, build rockets, and fly on. I'll see y'all later. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe.